Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. My name is Martindogger and I make videos on World of Tanks Blitz subjects to hopefully help you improve your gameplay and make an educated decision if you want to buy a tank. And this one has just hit the store. It is a new premium tank in World of Tanks Blitz. It's the Object 252U, also known as the Defender in World of Tanks console and World of Tanks PC. And there it is a bit of it's a bit of a controversial tank on those platforms. Why is that? It's typical Russian. It's an IS version. It has that low slung hull, it has that blunderbuss gun, it has really troll armor, it's really well angled, and that front pike nose, it's set at such a severe angle that your effective armor thickness, well, it rivals the IS-7, which is one of the better armored tier 10 heavy tanks. And that armor that allows you to do stuff like this. Just go around the corner, bounce a shot from the Baltic up front, and then shoot him with HE, clearing one tank. Is it a tank then that is impervious to incoming fire? No, it is not. It has got weak spots on the side and on the turret, but like I said, those shapes are really troll, and that allows you to do stuff like this, bounce all day long. And as long as you can keep your lower plate head and beat, which is actually quite thin, and point that pike nose right up towards the enemy, then you will be able to bounce a lot of damage. I've been playing the tank a bit this evening, or I should say yesterday's evening, on Thursday evening, just to get a feel for the tank and to see what it's worth like. We'll be taking a look at the statistics later on, comparing it to other tanks in the arsenal of Russia in World of Tanks. The IS-6, the IS-5, the Defender, etc. And then we'll, yeah, then you can make your mind up if you want to buy this tank now or not. Got to put one more shot into this tank over here, the IS-6, and really nothing else happens in this game except for the fact that I start driving towards these last two tanks, the T-54 lightweight and the Kampfpanzer 70, the tier 9 German collectible premium tank. So without any further ado, let's hop into the statistics. That's far more interesting than see me driving around on Mayan ruins. I'm just gonna brush over these statistics quickly on blitzstars.com, and a few key things to note in my opinion are the slightly higher alpha damage on the Object 252, 420 instead of 400, which is puzzling to me. It's pretty much the same gun. It doesn't have really brilliant weapon handling in terms of aim time and dispersion, but it does have 6 degrees of gun depression, and 6 degrees, that's not bad for a Russian tank. If you are looking at this, then this is also puzzling me. 20 percentage camo value. Oh, hey, what's the name? And then looking at this, the hull armor, and above all the turret armor. That's quite good. 250, not as magnificent as the Chrysler K or the T-34, but it has a better side than the T-34. So yeah, it is a pretty darn good tank, I think, if you look at this. Speaking of armor, let's take a look how it looks like if you are firing at it. And we're going to do that from the perspective of a Centurion Mark 1, and as said, that lower plate, look at that, that's not brilliant. It's only, I think it's 149 mils, it is big. You do have the hatches on top, but these are fairly small. But as long as you can hide that lower plate and use the maximum gun depression, take a look at what's going to happen then. This is pretty much a fortress. Wiggle the turret around, make it hard to shoot your cupola, maybe even raise the gun to block shots while you are reloading. Then this is a very hard bugger to take out. And note, I am shooting, quote-unquote, a PCR at the moment. This is also a side-scraping tank. It has got those sides over here, you can look at that. These are angled upwards, they will bounce a lot of shots. These are auto-bounce angles actually. But even this, 271 effective armor. And you are now turning, you're turning your pike nose straight into enemy fire. It is not really strong, as you can see. Let's take a look at the X-ray. It's only 130 nominal thickness, but those angles, they make this armor. And it has got spaced armor on the sides as well, which will catch heat shots if people are shooting those at you. And even these bits over here, 90 mils and 100, but effectively 280, 182, 161, and if you wiggle that butt around, it will bounce shots like a boss. So, as said, I decided to add 2 more games to this. It's just some games I played yesterday, and I had fun playing the tank, but we're looking at it here, and while the i6 drive together with me, and then the AMX 39 here as well. Thank you, thank you. I don't feel you need this tank if you have an i6, a 112 Glacial, a Defender and an IS-5 in your garage. Or maybe even the WZ-111, the other Chinese premium tank. They play pretty much the same, except maybe for the fact that it has a slightly different gun, etc, etc. Is it then an OP tank? Well, it was a bit hard and didn't have games where I had to fight really hard, because it does seem to be event time, so people are wandering off from time to time. I had some games where I was focused pretty hard, so I couldn't do anything. This was fun. We will just jump onto that IS-6. There we go. And it was like YOLO movement. And like I said, if you show your butts to people, there is 160 blocks, another 160 goes into my butt as well. There we go. And the 25 is down. Take a look at that, only 160 blocked, and we're blocking 400 now from that T-34-2G1GFG, the Tier 7 Chinese tank destroyer. If you sit still in the tank, then I think you will be a bit of a tank that is easy to take out. It does have weak spots, especially if you are flanked. If you're sitting hull down, people that will know what to do will probably try to shoot your hatches on top. And if you sit still in open ground, just scroll back into the video. That lower plate, that is such a massive barn door to shoot. Anything will penetrate. Your driver is in there as well, but the rest of the tank, it's really good. And in form and shape, it kind of resembles this one, the WZ-111. That one has that same pike nose as well, but it has well, slightly different suspension. Setting this tank on fire, there we go, tracking him in place, and then the i6 sticks out. The tank will cost you $45. I'm not quite sure of the euro price at the moment. That one hasn't been announced yet, time of making the video, but it will cost you 45 euros. And if you are looking at a solid performing Tier 8 premium heavy tank, a Russian one that will give you quite a lot of credits, as you can see here, 67 net income for, well, not the most brilliant in terms of game. Yes, there was a bit of a mission done, but you don't get these missions, you don't get the credits straight away, so I just had to, well, hand in those keys. But this is what the Objective 252 was made for, in my opinion. Sitting in positions like this, wiggling around, side scraping out, and that's a Helsing over there. Look at that, into the lower plate. Bit lucky with the shot, actually it wasn't fully aimed in, but bounce 400 from the Helsing and then 160 from the Comet as well. A Comet doesn't have a chance against you if you are in a good position and sitting frontally. So yeah, do I recommend this tank? I think it's a solid one. Not quite sure if it is OP. Time will have to tell. It is really strong. It's really well armored. People that will struggle against it will be the people that are the new players, that don't know how the game works, that haven't heard about flanking, etc, etc. But the price itself, 40 euros, that's what currency converters would give me, $45. That's quite steep. And if you look at the recent history of tanks, they have come back into the stores from time to time at a cheaper price. So if it were my money, I would probably wait. I would wait for this tank to return in the store and then buy it. Don't jump that new train bandwagon. It's just not needed, I think, because you will probably get a tank cheaper if you just wait a little bit. But like I said, solid tank, typically Russian, fun to drive, but if you have an IS-5, an IS-6, a WZ, I wouldn't bother. But that's my 2 cents, my point of view. And take a look at this. Nearly 3k damage, second class scout medal as well, and 95k net credits income and 4 donors on the red team. Sorry guys. This is my review. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz. I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking.